Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, and thank you. So I wasn't going to do an AMP video. I had no intention of doing an AMP video, but I got an email and from somebody who was at the New York meetup, and they watched my last AMP video and said you left some things out. So he sent me a big list of things that Tyler said, and we'll go ahead and I guess address them one at a time. I didn't watch the whole videos. I watched bits and pieces. I mean, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So maybe they were on there, maybe they weren't. Maybe this was said, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was recorded, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. So this was sent to me. I'm not going to say who sent it because that's like, when you're doing opinion editorial, anything you say is going to be met with hostility, period. If there's a thing in this space, and it's called confirmation bias. If you're not familiar with confirmation bias, it's simply if you want to hear something, if you are listening to an opinion that is favorable to you, you are more likely to believe it. That is confirmation bias. So when you're doing opinion editorial like this channel is, then you're going to get a lot of both sides. People that want to hear what you have to say, and people that just despise everything that you say. So you just take it all with a grain of salt. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to pick these apart. And I guess he asked for my opinion. I'll go ahead and give it to you. I could have typed it up, but I didn't have anything else. The market's real flat today, so there's nothing really jumping out at me. So it's like, okay, we'll do an opinion editorial on AMP. Now, before I get into it, I understand that, yes, I used to be a quite an AMP supporter. I still am. Believe it or not, I am. I'm just not an AMP investor. Now, this is why I'm not an AMP investor, period. So look, guys, this is a 1-year chart. And I get it, man. Crypto's rough, crypto's long, but I can't think of a single person, a single serious investor that wants to be tied to that chart right there. This is the 1-year chart. And believe it or not, this was the good times right here. SEAL Team 6. You guys remember SEAL Team 6? Big round of applause for SEAL Team 6. For approximately a month, 5 weeks, it held pretty much nice and steady right around 6 cents. And we were thrilled. We were like, oh, my God, look, it's going to last. It's going to carry. Can't wait. Rocket's going to light up, and off we go. Well, a year later, and we're here. So I can't think of any investor that would want to be saddled with this, that would want to come up and basically every single time you DCA, you're losing more money as you carry on. Don't take my word for it. You don't have to. Math. Here it is. Look at how easy that is. So again, this is gonna be a little bit different, and I hope you guys can indulge me on this, but I'll take them one at a time. So Scott at New York meetup, Tyler said, and believe it or not, at your own risk. One, lots and lots of countries will be announced by the end of the year. Great. Wonderful. All right. Got to ask, man, are you under an NDA from, say, Bolivia or from Panama? I mean, did an entire country put you under an NDA? So when you say lots and lots of countries are going to announce, I've never been censored by an entire country. So I'm just saying, if it is Panama, maybe you could, just give a little bit of a leak. Well, you might know this one. There's a canal through there. You didn't say Panama. But I'm just saying, if there's lots and lots of countries, in what sense? That would be my retort to that. Number 2, SDK will be out by the end of the year. You said that last year. I just have to mention that you said that last year. So my only retort on that one is SDK will be out by the end of the year. Do you mean 2022? Or do you mean the end of a year? Because we went down this road before. Number 3, he has never sold one AMP token. How many do you own? Just saying, if you don't own any, then yeah, it's fair to say that you never sold any. Now, I get it. People don't want to discuss their finances. That's fine. But saying that you haven't sold any when I don't have no idea how much you have, that's not exactly a huge give. So yeah, there you go. Number 4, they refuse to be promotional and hope they can work in relative obscurity for another 4 months or so. You've been working in relative obscurity since inception. So to be able to hold on to that for another 4 months, I think you got it, babe. I mean, even YouTube is talking about you guys. The goal is to make it worth $10 in 5 years. $10 in 5 years, not 10 cents in a few weeks, which he thinks he could make happen if he wanted. So I'm going to take that one and a little bit more time on it. If you could make it 10 cents in a few weeks, if you wanted, what's the downside to making it 10 cents in a few weeks? I think it's a fair question. How would you do it? And what would be the downside of you doing that? Now, I appreciate $10, what was it? $10 in 5 years. I appreciate that. I don't think it's even close to realistic, but I appreciate that. But if you can, if you do have the ability to promote or sell or increase the value of your token to 10 cents in a few weeks, what is the downside of you doing that? I mean, are you that worried about providing exit liquidity? Because you would absolutely be providing exit liquidity. So it seems like if you don't want to do it, it's because for that reason, you don't want to provide exit liquidity for a lot of wallets that are stuck very, very hard on this. So if he did say that, again, I'm not confirming he said it or not, man. I'm reading an email that was sent to me. Number 5, they have done tens of millions of volume. Okay. Tens of millions of what? Of what volume? Are we talking tens of millions of transactions? Are we talking about tens of millions of AMP that have been collateralized? Because that would be a monster number. That would be a very, very good number. Tens of millions of AMP collateralized if AMP wasn't at .005. So when you say tens of millions, maybe expand on that a little bit more. And I'm sure there's no way that you're going to show it. I understand because you simply will not show transactions. It's an industry secret. You just can't show transactions on anything because, you see, then everybody here is going to know your business and they're going to know precisely how much volume you're doing, meaning how much is in, how much is out, the volume, total transactions, transfers, so forth. So I understand that you simply cannot give over that information due to industry secrets. I get it. But maybe give a little bit here. All right. Look, what are you talking about when you say tens of millions of volumes? All right. Number 6, they have at least one major commercial bank and one top 10 retailer as partners. Well, we know the bank. The bank is Banco Agricola. We already understand that one. And the top 10 retailer, if they're already partners and it's already in the bag, can't you just say it's Gucci? Is that who it? I know they had somebody else that they were playing around with. I don't remember who it was specifically. Number 7, tons and tons of unannounced partners. Now, I love vagueness. I really do. I appreciate it. As an opinion editorial guy, I absolutely appreciate that. I can tell you that the podcast has tons and tons of sponsors. Tons and tons of sponsors. Just saying. Number 8, foundation split and announcement imminent. Okay. Great. Any details whatsoever? Anything might be hot, or is this all seems to be part of the we want to stay under the radar, as was mentioned, I think, in in statement number 4. I as much as I appreciate all that, I just don't see the benefit of it. I honestly don't. Now, I'm not talking from a business end. I'm talking from an investment standpoint. I'm talking about it purely from an investment standpoint. So as much as I appreciate all the vagueness, I can honestly say that I don't know a whole lot of public companies, businesses, that operate completely under the radar. We're not going to say anything. You go ahead and you do you, bro. I can tell you that any board of directors that whose stock fell off 99% over the last year are no longer on the board of directors. All right, that stopped a long, long time ago. Action is taken, confidence is restored, investors are happy. So I guess I could say I don't know what you're doing here. It seems like you talked for a good long time and really didn't say anything, and nobody noticed. So I've never, ever once picked on the man for his ability to speak publicly. He is excellent, excellent. He can talk and talk forever and say absolutely nothing, and people drink it up. All right, that is just you know what, I've tried to do that for a long time. I'm never gonna have that kind of gift, but I'm also not asking you for money either. So there we are. Anyway, guys, I hope this rounds this out a little bit. I am going to be going out of town for a good at least a few weeks here, so going to be very spotty on the videos. I'm going to try to do a live stream tomorrow, one more video, and then Monday we're on the plane. So. I hope you appreciated this one. The last one I put it. You know what? I'm opening the comments. Knock yourselves out. I really don't care. If you want to savage me, go ahead, man. I've been hit a lot harder by a lot better. So knock yourself out. Email scott@podcast.com. Question, comments, concerns, or observations. I will answer, and obviously I will read them if you send me one that's interesting. I'm all over it, babe. And that's it, man. So until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.